mechanics. How fast could it be?
Oh, Gregory, that's an herb.
All right.
All right, I think I'm gonna get the beans now.
Everybody out there in BTR land, my name's Ethan. I'm with BTR's in the marketing area. You might see me walking around some of the car shows and stuff, part of the BTR squad. I wanted to make a little short video today with my friend Mr. Carter, who I ran into when we were at the Pro Touring Truck Shootout East down in Bowling Green, Kentucky last weekend. And we didn't even know until we started walking around. We kept noticing, wow, there's a lot of high schoolers floating around here, and the trucks have Go Eagles on them. What is this about? And then we started noticing that the young folks were changing helmets and swapping. These trucks were making hot laps, and these kids were out here just having the time of their life. And I saw Mr. Carter running around trying to make sense of the chaos and keep people organized and on the right path. So I kind of made a note to myself, and I said, we've got to run into this guy and talk to him a little bit more, because it looks like you guys are doing some really great things, getting students involved in motorsports, and I'm sure there's lots of STEM learning and stuff that surrounds that. Kids got to know how to build a vehicle, how to do the math and the physics and the driving, and there's so many little pieces of it. This is fascinating stuff. So I wanted to sit down and have a conversation with you and kind of pick your brain, because it's such a great program. And the one thing I get asked more than anything is when I look at the posts, I just put like a quick picture up on Facebook, and suddenly I would just get bam, 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 all these messages. Hey, I'm a teacher at my school. I'd love to do a program like this. How'd you pull it off? So I thought, wow, this is really something that we could do a deeper dive with you. So I want to talk to you and put together this kind of video out there for the BTR universe, so they could hear what you guys are about and how they want to get involved and all that other fun stuff. So tell us a little bit about your program.
School is Chester County High School. Yes, it's Go Eagles. As you see, one of the trucks had an eagle, actually Sharpie, hand drawn Sharpie on the hood.
Oh yeah, here, we'll throw a picture up of that. I got a really great shot of that thing. It's beautiful. Trucks look killer. Like you had the white truck out there, then you had the red, white, and blue truck out there. Just tell us a little bit about the pickup trucks. What are they? What have they got done to them? And what'd you guys end up building?
Okay, well, the white truck with the graphics on the hood, that was the first truck that we built. We started back during the COVID time when the school shut down in 2019, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do something to get the students out of the house and get them involved with something. So we was able to bring 4 or 5 in at a time and let them work through the COVID time. And we built that truck. It has transformed since we built that truck. That was the first one we built. It's just a 97 model work truck, OBS Chevrolet, short bed truck. It has got the original 4.3 cast iron block with a 4L60 in it. I think the odometer is registering 200 and something thousand on it, and that's original. We've not done nothing to it yet. But since we started that, when we first started, it had a wrap on it. But since then, we brought it in and we was building the blue truck, because the very first race we went to was a Pro Touring Truck Shootout, and it was at NCM, and that was
Mm-hmm.
the very first race he had there at Bowling Green. And we attended that. Well, I had so many students and it was so tough on the truck, we decided to build another truck. So we've got another 97 GMC 1500. Now it's a little different. It's a hybrid. We took a 2014 model LV3 V6 with the 6L80, and we put it in there, the 6-speed. And they had to take and modify the frame for everything to work. No one made mounts for that at the time, so we made our own mounts. Had to cut the frame, rebox the frame. They had to learn a lot on that one. And then we actually used the GM wiring harness and computer out of the truck with the pedal. So the students had to read the diagrams, wiring diagrams, and figure out what they needed for power and grounds just to get to operate. And we've got that rolling on that part. So while we were building the blue and white, when I had a team on that one doing the body work, it was green at one time. Then while they were doing that, I had another set of students working on the white one now, and we completely redone the body, because after we pulled the wrap, the body work and paint on that one. So I had two groups of students going at the same time. Had two local body shops. One took one truck with the students, the other one took the other truck with the students, and they worked with them on how to do the body work, as far as the body lines, the standing and blocking. Both trucks are student painted. Uh, we use their painting facility because we don't have one here at the school. And they brought them in on a Friday, started painting on Friday night, finished it up Saturday, rolled them back into the shop on Sunday with wet paint. But it worked. The LV3 is the one that we're sporting the Brian Tooley Truck North Junior Cam in. We was out racing and someone addressed me and says, "Why are you in that class?" And I said, "Well, according to the rules, that engine was not manufactured in that truck for that year model, so it jumped us to a different class." And Brian Tooley helped us out and gave us a cam and everything to put the cam in with. And then we had to go to a local tuner to get it tuned. But we've got it running pretty good, pretty stout. Pretty impressed with it. There's a lot more upgrades we will work on a little bit later, but you can't do it all at one time. They got to learn something every trip.
Yeah, a little piece at a time, and that way you get a little brain filling seminar every time something new breaks or something new gets upgraded, and it just turns into a new learning experience. And I really love it. That's really like the essence of it. There's a lot of auto programs and auto mechanical programs in high schools that are disappearing at a rapid pace. I think I think it may just be that the demand has dropped. We live in so much more of a disposable society these days that, you buy a car, you get the service done, and it's time to swap it out. As far as doing all that maintenance and keeping it going, it just seems like it's a lower priority for some folks. But there's just so much that you can learn from getting involved in a process like this, and just putting in the work and the diligence and getting a result out of it. And man, I saw you guys had a huge squad. How many kids did you bring out to pro touring truck this year?
We brought 16 students with us this year. 8 of them were drivers. We had 4 drivers per truck, and that's the swapping you seen. After they made their run, they had to hurry up, unbuckle, swap drivers, buckle up. I mean, there was a lot to it, but yeah, we do that. A lot of parents came with us. If they're driving, if they're competing in the event, they must have a parent on grounds, which is great because it built my parent base, as far as that goes. I've got more parent involvement and support than I had originally, by doing this. Because once they get in there and they see how hard the students are working and how they've learned not just mechanical skills, just communicating and teamwork and problem solving and critical thinking, trying to think on the fly, like one of our trucks shut down out there on the track, and automatically they all thought, run, get it off the track, fix it, put it back in. And a lot of people didn't see that, but our students actually pushed the truck out of the stop box over to the side. We fixed the problem. They went right back out and raced. And that young lady was the one that got first place in the MC class.
Right on. So was that Addie, right? Who actually ended up taking me for a test drive because we were wondering, well, how fast can these things really be? I mean, they're stripped down like what, 3,600 pounds or so, but still,
Yeah.
like just a cam to V6. Come on, how fast could it be? I was wrong. I think it was a combination of the power and also like surprisingly amazing amount of young driving ability. You can tell she's had a lot of wheel time in that thing, but yeah, I bonked my helmet against the cage a few times on some of the switchbacks. I was not ready,
Yeah,
but they
she's
move out
pretty
pretty good.
good. Yeah, she's pretty good. Addie's been with me since her freshman year. She has had hands on that blue and white truck from the bottom to the top. She's done all the wiring on the truck herself, and she's a junior, by the way. So she's a junior in high school. She's about to get out of being a junior. She'll be a senior next year. I'm gonna hate to see her go, but she's been very good, and she's learned a lot. She pays attention, and she's got a lot of drive time in that truck with me. So I figured she would be a good one for you to ride with.
Oh yeah, I definitely got my cage rat a little bit. She's got the wheelman talent, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so you guys have been building on these two trucks since the COVID years in 2020. I know you've been at it a long time before that, kind of getting the program built up. Said you started about 12 years ago on the program there.
Yes, yes. I come in here 12 years ago. I come out of the industry. I was a line tech and had my own business going too. And I knew the superintendent real well, and I was running into her at football games because I had kids in school at the time. And they were about to close the program down. Like you said, a lot of programs fall down. They couldn't find someone to take it over. And she just kept throwing me the bait, throwing me the bait. And finally, she hooked me. And I come in and I was going to try to make a difference with it, and I did. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of struggles, um, learning what I can and can't do, and trying to go by this standard and that standard. And then one day, a lot of teachers, I hope a lot of the automotive instructors, I hope they listen to this part here. Instructors go stale. They get bored teaching the same thing over and over and over. And then I realized that I need to step outside the box and look. And a lot of the state standards that they require us to meet, I was able to do building a race truck. And by being able, and I actually went above and beyond the standards on several. And by doing that, it helped me get out of that stale mode. It was something that was exciting, something different, and it boosted my program and it boosted my morale to change pace and do things differently. Um, there's a lot of different ways you can go at something, but a lot of people just try to stay straight in line. But sometimes, if you just think outside the box, it makes things a little bit more interesting. And the students loved it. We got away from, okay, everybody pick up a line wrench. Let's break this line loose. Okay, now we're bleeding. Instead of that, they actually had to physically do it. They had to drive the trucks and realize, oh, we didn't do that correct. Let's go back and repair it. And they got to realize how important some of the things were. And by that, then we started working 2 nights a week after school on my time. Not, I didn't get paid to do it. Students didn't get credit. We was trying to figure out a way to get credit, but they didn't care. They come in. We still do it 2 nights a week. We do from 4 to 8, and we'll usually work on the trucks. Or if there's a different project in, like now we've got a 89 D100. We're putting a 2018 Hemi in.
Ooh.
And yeah, they got to hear it run right before we went to the races. They got to actually hear it run. So now they're pumped. Now we're putting a cab back on and so forth. So there's always something to do. And by doing that, they get to learn more because they got more hands on. With in class, our time is so limited here. We're not on a block schedule. So they're only allowed roughly about 50 minutes in my class, and it's hard to get a lot done. So the ones that really want more, they get more whenever they come in the evenings. Um, the blue truck, we started working on it in June. So I actually had them coming in 2 days a week, all summer long, 12 hours a day in shifts to build the blue truck because we were challenged with the blue truck. We were at the Pro Trade Truck Shootout there in April, and then they were going to have another one in November. So we had from April to November to build this other truck and produce it so everybody could see it. It's been pretty neat. We did get it done. We were there racing, surprised a lot of people. But by working in the evenings, I get a lot of traffic through drive-bys, people from the community looking. When we go out to the parking lot and practice at night, we get the police called on us all the time, and now they're used to it.
So
So
that's a really an immersive car guy experience.
yeah.
People keep
We
bugging you in the shop, can't get anything done. Cops called on you for parking lot
that,
shenanigans.
and then the cops are showing up. They're wanting to go through the course too. So the students really love that. So my community has really grown. Whenever we started showing the students doing something, it started building a community base with me and the parent base with me and the student base to where it's pretty good. Now they say, There's kids doing donuts in the parking lot in a blue and white truck. They know it's Mr. Carter with students, you know, and the students, then the police department will come by, hey, hang out, you know, irritate the students, get out there and do the course with them, which is helps the students not be so afraid of the police too. So, I mean, it's a lot's been working. It's been pretty interesting. It really has been.
Pretty neat stuff. So, if you're a parent or a teacher, and you're a student, and this is all stuff that looks really interesting to you, what are the big takeaways you found kind of building up this program? What's the best things you can do to sort of get people involved and get the resources and time allotment and kind of build it into something? I know it's probably something that's taken quite some many years to get the hearts and minds and wallets to kind of open in your direction and pull together the size of the program you've got. But what do you think are the keys to success of getting something like that launched? And can anybody reach out to you that wants to put together something similar?
Yes, it takes dedication. You got to want your program to succeed. You got to want your students to succeed and want to build a program. It doesn't come easy. I put a lot of long hours in. And like I said, I put a lot of hours in I don't get paid for financially, but I do get paid for by seeing the students' faces. And I think you've seen that yourself at the racing. They were just excited to be there. I like the parents involved. Um, Big shout out to Beltec Suspensions. Uh, First place I would start with them because they have been really good about jumping in there and saying, yes, we're going to help you. We run their suspension on the trucks. Matter of fact, they were talking to a school that was up there during the Pro Touring truck. I think it's Scottsville High School.
Hmm.
And they actually says, we're on board. We'll help you if you need, if you decide to do so. Just want to give a big shout out to them for sure because they have been backing me from day one. They have really jumped in there. There's quite a bit of work, and I can help save you some time on that work if you want to reach out because I would love to see more schools get involved. It would give our students some competition. The speed stop challenge, our trucks actually got to running against each other, and I heard a lot of the adult participants saying they just parked their trucks. They just wanted to see the students race because they could see the competitiveness in them. I mean, they was poking their chest out, and I'm gonna beat you. And, I mean,
Right, right.
they were really running hard, and I think that would be great if they had another high school group to race against. I mean, they're very competitive with the adults. As you can see, we got a first place and two second places there. Um, they're very competitive students, and they're very good-hearted students because they've learned a lot of etiquette, you might say, sportsmanship and etiquette. They've learned a lot through the years, and we snatch them pretty quick if they get out of line. But for the most part, when you're doing something for the students and the parents see it, they're all going to help you. They will give you a hand.
Right, right. And I was in the same camp. It was everybody was putting down what they were doing just to watch the high schoolers run and running each other and just having a great old time. And it's a super fantastic program, and there's so many benefits and so many levels, and it's exciting to hear what you guys are doing and what the future holds too. You were telling me that we're probably going to get BTR kind of intermingled on the next project. You're going to put together a V8 truck for your alumni, I hear, right?
Oh yeah, yes. I had my alumni students as a graduate. They come back there. Not every evening, but a lot of them show up in the evenings when we're working, offer hands, offer advice. We had I counted 9, and then we recounted. We actually had 12 alumni students actually traveled to Bowling Green to be there for us, and they were there Friday and Saturday. Some of them was bummed out Friday because it rained and they shut us down, but the ones that come in Saturday, they was excited. And I wanted to give back to them because they do give their time and they're willing to do whatever I need when they show up. So I've decided to, everybody's wanting me to race also. So I'm going to build a V8 alumni truck, and I'll explain the difference here in just a second. For the students that have graduated, to give them the opportunity to come and race with us again. Because, when you get out of school, things don't fall in your lap either. You have to work hard. So it's hard to build something and to go race whenever you're working hard just to pay your bills. So
Right, right.
I want to give them the opportunity because they give me the time and I want to give them the opportunity. Now, why this is a V8 and others are V6s.
Yeah, it's the $1,000,000 question. So I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
guessing letting the 16, 17-year-old licensed drivers out there with 400 or 500 horsepower is probably a little bit tougher to get through the insurance provider.
You got it. It was hard to get it through for the board to let us do that. So what we agreed to was our trucks would be V6 powered trucks and no other limitations. It's just V6 powered trucks.
We kind of helped you
And
cheat that up a little bit.
yeah, we've been doing it. But and we're going to follow through with that. I'm going to keep a V6 in the trucks. And I think it's pretty interesting whenever you look at the students' times versus the V8 truck times, they're not that bad off. So every little bit of boost we can get to one is going to help them get a little bit closer. And then the two trucks, one is the white one. That's my novice. That's your beginner truck.
Mhm.
We'll keep it just the cast iron block V6. We might do a little work on another motor for it soon, but that's for the beginners. And as they learn to progress, and I'm out there, if they're in them trucks, I'm out there, I watch them. And as I see that they can progress and they can handle the other truck, that's when I move them to the blue truck, the blue and white truck, because it does have more power and it will get away from you if you're not careful. You might have seen some of that.
Yeah, the thing I
I'm
heard
going
more
to
than
mow them.
anything else was, man, I wish they had something like this when I was in high school. We didn't have anything like this. We had underwater basket weaving and other nonsense that I can't really use, and this would have been great because I love racing in cars. And if anything, kids now know how to do their own maintenance. They understand suspension dynamics. They understand the importance of just silly things like tire pressure and things that we take for granted day to day. Most folks, and these kids will be much more well equipped to be able to deal with things like this that pop up in the field, as well as, like you said, work as a team and come together to engineer something and put together build a better bread box and go out there and race it and see how good a job you did. So I think it's really fantastic. And just want to thank you again for popping time out of your busy day to come talk to us and share your story.
Hey, thank you very much. And as I said before, if anyone is interested, just when you drop those links, just reach out to me. It may take me a little bit to get to you for sure, because it is the end of the year and we got seniors graduating here in a couple of weeks. So I'll get busy with that. I'm one of the seniors that
Right.
one of the instructors that kick the seniors out, you might say. So I'll be busy with seniors, but I will reach back out to you. It may take just a little bit of time. Look at our social media. We'll be posting a lot more on that. We've got 2 more builds going right now. We've got the alumni that get started on. We've got another Beltec. It's going to be an iconic Beltec street truck. It's going to be more of a show truck to set up at their tents and stuff. So, I mean, we've got quite a bit going on. Just keep track of us and you'll see what's happening.
All right. I would definitely need to keep traps on that because I got a feeling I'll be shipping some big BTR boxes your way real soon for those trucks.
Awesome. Awesome.
We definitely want to get involved. Well,
Thank you very
appreciate you
much.
again and have a great one. And for everybody watching, just hit the links and you can get a hold of Mr. James if you have any questions about his program or building your own program. And again, everybody have a great day and we'll see you next time. See you at the races.
They will go again.